Hi everybody, today I have a quick video on how to label points in Desmos. When we have graphs, it helps the reader if we label some of the points. Maybe we tell them a minimum, a maximum, or some intercepts. There are multiple ways to label a graph, including just giving a list of the details of the graph. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to put the points directly on the graph. One good thing about Desmos is when I click on the graph, it's going to show me a few important points. Notice this gives me the vertex at 2, 4. I can go over and type in that point, then click on the box that says label. This puts 2, 4 up at that point so the reader can clearly see the coordinates of the point. You can go a step further by going to the label, typing in vertex, then we can say the vertex is equal to 2, 4, which adds a little more detail to the graph. I could do the same thing for the intercepts. Again, I'm going to click back on the graph, which shows me I have an x-intercept at 1, 0. I also have an intercept at 3, 0. I'm going to type those points in. And again, I'm going to click on label. Then it's up to you how you label the points. I'm going to say that these are intercepts. Then as always, if you would like to add a color scheme to your graph, you can click on the settings, then click on the color, and decide how you want your graph to appear. Let's take a look at just one more. For my second graph, I have f of x is equal to 1/2 sine of 4x plus 2. In this graph, I want to talk about the maximums, the minimums, and the midline. You can see even before I clicked on the graph that Desmos has told me I have maximums at 2.5 and minimums at 1.5. It also gives me the coordinates of all the mids and maxes that show on the graph. Let's just pick one of them to put in the maximum value. I typed in 5 pi over 8 with 2.5, then I'm going to click label. This time I'm not going to put the actual coordinates on the graph, but I am going to say that the maximum is equal to 2.5. Then I'm going to go to one of the minimum values, and I'm going to go a little bit away so I can clearly see it, and I'm going to type that coordinate in. Once again, I'm going to click on the label, and this time I'm going to type minimum, and hopefully this draws the reader's attention to the max and min for the graph. Let's also add in the midline. Now that I have the midline, I'm going to click on settings. I'm going to change that to a dashed line to kind of break it up a little bit, and then I'm going to change the color on the max and the min to match. I'm also going to change the color of the original function. Remember, if you're trying to export this picture, if you want the things that show up on the left to show in your picture, you're going to want to take a screenshot of the whole graph. That way you can see all of your points and the notation that goes along with it. If you just push share graph, notice it only pulls up the graph. It doesn't bring anything that you put over in the sidebar, so you wouldn't have what the original function was or any of the points or notes that you made.